Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast.
Good morning and welcome to the Ordinary Daily version of the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. It is June 10th. We are 48 days away from Ironman Lake Placid, our redemption race from last year. We're getting after it. We're doing pretty well. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. The 2020 Ordinary Marathon is open for registration. Early registration is open now. We are doing the Ascension Multisport Garmin giveaway. Anyone who registers by June 23rd will be eligible for a raffle. Raffling off, thanks to Nick at Ascension Multisport, raffling off a Garmin Vivo Active 3. Beautiful watch. Stephanie has one. She loves it. You got pretty good odds. I'm telling you right now, you got pretty good odds to win. We do have a number of early registrants and love that. Absolutely love it. Really looking forward to giving this away. And I know whoever gets it is gonna like the watch. It's a really, really cool watch. The Ordinary Marathon's a great event. Honestly, for a virtual race, I can't think of a better value out there. And some of you guys out there probably going virtual race, I've never done one. Who would want to do one? I don't get it. Listen, go check out the video. And you could be a movie star next year if you're in the race. Go check out the video. Video is awesome. Know that at least $10 of your entry fee will go to charity, the SAM Fund. We're going to do the race again for the SAM Fund next year. And know for 10 days in next spring, you'll be getting together with runners, like-minded runners, sharing your running adventures, sharing your photos, and really enjoying a good 10 days of running on social media at home. If you're local to us, you can join our 5K, or you can run the 5K virtually. And it was a great event last year. Go check out the video. It's cool. And definitely worth getting involved next year. So head on over. You can actually reach us by just going to ordinarymarathon.com. It'll take you to a registration page. Hit that register now button, which will then go to the Forever Home Running registration page, which is where you have to go to register. And that's it. That's it for the Ordinary. Just guys, register. It doesn't take long. It's $25. It's nothing. It's a good time. I'm telling you. Another awesome weekend for the discussion group. And again, if you're not part of the discussion group on Facebook, you're really missing out. Facebook.com/groups/Ordinary Marathoners. It's a discussion group. Got to add yourself to it, but we accept you right away. You can join the conversation there. Let's just go through some of the lists. And I know there's so many of them. I'm going to leave some people out, so apologize for that. Sarah Bauman, Lauren Bruckner. Lauren did her first 70.3 Ironman at Ironman Eagleman in Maryland. I feel bad for, when you do your first Ironman event, you just want it to be like a full event, but apparently there was something going on in the water. That Chop Tank River, man, is at it again, and so they canceled the swim. What sucks even worse is that really the swim, out of all the disciplines, especially in 70.3, is pretty much the easiest one to finish, as I think. I mean, if you haven't been in open water, if you don't have that experience, then it's a challenge. But man, wouldn't you like your first Ironman, the first time you kind of, get the courage to pull the trigger on a race like that? You just want to get the full experience. But still, it's not like it doesn't count. Ironman sanctions those races, so it does count. Congratulations, guys. Sarah Bauman did another, I think she's done a bunch of these suckers. She's fast too. She passed me on the bike when we did Maryland a couple of years ago. She passed me twice because she kept getting flat tires. Laura Stebbins, congratulations, second in her age group in a local sprint try. Matt Ostblom, I don't know if it's Ostblom or Ostblom. I'm just bad at pronunciation. Second overall in his triathlon this past week. Sarah Kornbaum PR'd her half marathon over the weekend, and I think she's like a sub 8 minute mile. I don't know how you do it. I could barely do 1 mile sub 8 minutes. Congratulations, Sarah. And lastly, Ronald Booz. Again, is it Booz or Boos? I don't know. I'm gonna go with Boos, because booze is like, It's like the plural of when you get booed at like the stadium. I don't want to boo anybody. So unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going with Boos. Ran his first marathon over the weekend. Congratulations, Ronald. Sported the Ordinary Marathon t-shirt. So representing, good job. Good job out there. Sub 5 hours, from what I understand. That's my PR. My PR is 4 hours, 59 minutes, and a couple seconds. So, and I say a couple. Let's make it like 32 seconds or something like that. I never want to overestimate or underestimate. I always want to overestimate. But I did I did get under that 5 hour mark once. So, but congratulations, Ronald. Great job, man. You got that first one under your belt, and now he's doing a 50K at Marine Corps Marathon. So, got a lot of training left to go. The weekend for me, I think just watching all you guys racing, I get very jealous. And I feel like I need to do more local races. I think this year on my schedule, I have our own Ordinary Marathon 5K that I did. I have the 70.3 coming up in 2 weeks. I have Ironman Lake Placid in 48 days. And then I have Marine Corps Marathon. So they're all big races. I never do any like little small local races. And I need to do more of that. I really do. It's you guys have so much fun out there, and I feel like I'm missing out. So I got to start doing that more often. I got to add more to my schedule. As far as the weekend goes for me, I got out Friday to do a long bike ride. I did 47 miles, which is like a down and back. I have this like knot in my back, my lower back. It's been like a recurring problem for me on the bike, and I think it really flares up when I go in that arrow position. So when I'm like bent over and I'm in that, I think you really kind of rely on your lower back when you're in that position. And I just have this knot in my back that just never goes away. And I got to deal with it. I got to do something about it because I can't have that thing. It was part of the reason I DNF'd last year. I think obviously the pain becomes more with added weight because you're pushing more and getting more, so I'm down 15 to 20 pounds from that race day, which is good, but I could still, I'm sure it'll help if I just lose a little bit more here. I got 48 days left to go. I want to really focus on that. So I did 47 miles. I got to tell you, legs felt great. I got back in the car. I felt great. And I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago, but I did a 47-mile bike ride, the same exact ride. I did it a little bit faster. This time I was kind of holding back a little. I was trying to hold on to 15, so basically, 15 miles per hour, I was trying to hold on to. So my Garmin watch will tell me every 5 miles, it'll click and tell me, what my time was for the last 5 miles. And so basically, if you want to do 15 miles an hour, you got to keep it to 20-minute miles. And it's pretty easy to calculate, and you can kind of look down and get a flavor for where you are. I have the total miles there, and I have the total time. So, you kind of know you got to do 5 miles every 20 minutes. And you know what the problem is you keep riding and riding and riding. And over when you're on 2 hours and 40 minutes, it's like, all right, well, what's the math? You got to kind of figure it out on the fly. It sounds really easy, but after you've ridden that long, your brain starts to go to mush a little bit. And doing math is like the last thing you want to do. So I held on to 15-minute miles, and I didn't go faster. I didn't go slower. I've done that ride at like 16.3 miles per hour. So doing it at 15, I think that saved my legs. My legs felt fine. I got back in the car. I was like, I could go running now, because it was a shorter ride than I had hoped for. With the back acting up, I was just like, all right, let's just kind of chill and not make it any worse, especially with the 70.3 coming up in a couple of weeks. So I think that was a good decision. And it was a pretty solid ride. Saturday, I was expecting to do my long run. The day just got away from me. I wound up pushing it back. And then what happened was Sunday actually opened up, where Sunday I was going to be busy all day. It was going to be me and Sam all day. And I didn't think I'd get the long run in. I decided, I found out that Sam was actually leaving yesterday at about 11 o'clock. So I had time to do the long run. I wound up putting off Saturday. It really did nothing. I mean, I went for a walk with Ellie. Pushed the stroller around for a few miles. But that doesn't really count, does it? No, I don't think so. So it was really kind of a rest day for me. And, maybe it was not necessary, but advantageous to a certain degree. I'm not upset about it. Yesterday I did 10 miles on the treadmill. That was my long run, which I was kind of looking at 10 minutes or 10 miles. That's really all I wanted to do. I had done 15 the week before. I didn't want to overstress myself. The plan was to do a long bike ride, so that was going to offset it, so it really didn't. But whatever, it is what it is. 10 miles, I'm happy with it. It's fine. I felt great. My legs felt great, and we'll push forward. Now, going into this week, I kind of realized that I'm doing a little bit too much on the fly prep, where I kind of just wake up and say, oh, what am I going to do today? All right, let's do this, let's do that. And not that it's not effective, and the schedule is hard to plan around, but with 7 weeks remaining until race day, I feel like I need, and not only that, but with the 70.3 in a couple weeks, I really got to start narrowing my focus here and making sure that I'm ready. So what do I mean by that? What I mean, look, I'm going to have to taper a week before the 70.3. And notice that I'm avoiding saying where it is, Christian, because I don't want to be judged on my pronunciation any longer, even though I ask for it. But, there's a week of taper. There's supposed to be a week of recovery. And then there's going to be a week or two of taper for Lake Placid. So if you start out removing 4 weeks that means I only have 3 tough training weeks to get everything in to be ready by race day. Now, one of the keys is that the 70.3 I'm going to treat as a training run. I really want to treat it as a race. I really want to get after it. I do. But I don't think it's smart at this point because it's not the main goal. The main goal is the redemption race, is Lake Placid. So in terms of tapering and recovery, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. The tapering, I'll do a light week, and then when I get there, because we're leaving on a Thursday night, when I get there, really, I'm not gonna really train any at all. Maybe Thursday morning a little bit, but Friday, Saturday, nothing. Maybe just some warm up. Get in the lake. I'll probably get in the lake because I got to get used to like 50-degree water temperature, which is ridiculous. Our lovely hosts in Canada inviting us up when the water is that cold is very hospitable. Thank you, Canadians. But I got to get in the water just to kind of test out the wetsuit, which I haven't worn this year, and get in the open water, which I haven't done. So that I'll do. But again, it's not going to be a stressful workout. It's not going to be a crazy, pre-race. I'm not going to go all out or anything like that. It's just going to be getting used to everything. And then Sunday will be race day. We're probably coming back on Monday. So that's a travel day. That'll be a rest day. And then when I get back on Tuesday, we're going to have to gauge how I feel and then figure out how I'm going to use that to kind of launch my last couple weeks here of training into Ironman Lake Placid. So I feel like I need a better schedule. And I think what I'm going to do is sit in front. I've tried different ways, guys. I've tried the spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet works for me. It worked for a long time. And then I kind of gave up on it. And I think the reason I gave up on it was the one stat I kept putting in there was my weight, and the weight wasn't going down, and I was getting frustrated, a little bit flustered, and any other words that start with the F, fatigued. No, I wasn't really getting fatigued. That's something totally different. I just was trying to use a little alliteration there. But I think I need to kind of get focused a little bit more. That starts with F too. In terms of what I'm doing training wise. And, I haven't swam in about 4 or 5 weeks, and that's bad. So I got to get that back. And I think the way to do that is to get that in the plan, make a plan, and then try my best to stick to it. And I think here we really got to focus in these next 7 weeks. And I think I can do it. I think I can be ready. It's just a matter of doing it. So I think I'm going to just restructure the spreadsheet that I had and put it together and go at it again. That's kind of like the plan for today. I will be doing strength training today, test out the elbow again. The elbow was messed up last week. We'll see about that. And I might try to squeeze in some yoga this morning. I might go to the pool this morning. So this is the problem with not having a plan. I say I might, and I don't actually, or not that I don't do it. It's kind of like it's all over the place and there's no structure. And I need the structure, I think. Tonight we're going to put the bike back on the trainer. We'll do a race followed by a short run, a little brick workout. That's what we're going to do. And we'll see how it goes. I did want to talk about briefly I wanted to talk about sleep and the importance of sleep. One of the things, I wrote this down because I wanted to talk about it on Thursday. Thursday, I woke up at like 5:30, and it was wonderful. It was glorious. I got up at 5:30. I came down. I did the show, posted the show. The show was out early. The show was out by now. What is it? It's like almost 9. It's 9:15 right now. So the show was out by like 9:15, 9:30. It was out. I was working. I was getting my workouts in. Felt good. And man, I tell you, when you are done with the tasks that you absolutely need to do, and they're no longer in your way, and you look down and it's 9 o'clock, that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful feeling. And I need more of that. Now the problem is, like nights like last night, so Steph and I are watching the show Chernobyl. There's 5 episodes on HBO. I'm a little hit or miss. I'm not going to recommend it. It's one of those things where you watch and you go, oh my God, did that really happen? And then you start reading the backstories, and it's like there's kind of controversy on whether or not some of the things depicted in the show really did happen. And definitely, I think they're over embellishing a little kind of like shock value stuff. And it bothers me when you're telling a historical story and you're not necessarily putting forward verifiable truth. Not only that, but the show itself, it got a lot of good reviews. It's very kind of like blah and just, it's like, I'm not in love with the characters. I'm not in love, there's not that, I mean, it's a historical thing, so I get that, but, it's just, I don't know what the hoopla was about. It's not that great. I don't think it's that great. I find myself falling asleep during the conversations, and hard to focus on it. And so part of that's part of the times, right? We can't sit in front of the TV screen for more than an hour without having to move or do something, or we have to be fed information quickly these days. At least that's kind of like the way things have gone, I think. I don't know, with YouTube and everything. Anyway. So I was up late the last couple nights watching the show. I think that's part of the reason why I didn't work out on Saturday, or didn't get a good workout in on Saturday. Just I didn't sleep that much, and then we woke up early with the baby, and it throws you off and whatever. Today I didn't wake up early either because we were up watching the show again. And so, sometimes there's decision making involved. What do you do? We wanted to watch the show, so we sat down and we started watching it. We watched one episode, and it's like one of those things where it's like 10 o'clock, and it's kind of like, all right, well, let's watch another one. Right? You guys know how that goes. Let's watch it, especially the way we binge watch TV these days. All right, then we watch another one more. We'll watch one more. And it's like an hour and 10 minutes. Do the same thing when I play Madden, by the way, which is annoying. You play one game, and then you're like, oh, one more. Well, it takes 45 minutes or whatever mode you set it on. It takes a long time. So it takes time out of your day when you can be otherwise productive. And that's going to be part of my focus going forward too. It's just choosing the things the right things, the things that give me time to do the things that I need to do. Get rid of the time consuming crap that I do. Like all right, yes, I will watch this last episode of Chernobyl, but I can't start another show in the next 48 days. Me and my friends were talking about starting to watch Ray Donovan. We're not doing that. I want to watch it. It's going to have to wait. Any of that's got to wait. I have to prioritize the sleep. I can't let this stuff get in my way of training. And I don't know if you guys have to deal with the same thing where you get these distractions, whether it be video games or even if your kids. I mean, that's not only that's a distraction, but it's a priority. Priority takes, you have to get your priorities straight. So, if Stephanie's working and I got to watch Ellie, or if something's up where I got to watch Ellie or I got to take Sam somewhere, that's priority. That training has to be put on hold for stuff like that. But for watching a TV show or playing Madden or doing something that's sort of just in an entertainment arena, you have to pick and choose your battles. Going out to the bar to meet the guys or whatever, you got to pick and choose your priorities. Those aren't priorities. Sometimes they are. But in the next 48 days, I can't let them be. It's important. I tell you, I enjoyed Thursday way more than this morning. because I was up early and I got the show done. I felt good about myself and I felt like we were accomplishing things. And today when I got up, it was like, oh, I'm behind the 8 ball. Should I start the show? No, let's make breakfast. Let's hang out. The baby's awake. The baby's making noise. Let's get her all settled before I start the show. So that happened. You haven't heard her cry upstairs. So she's in good spirits. She's doing good. She's also saying dad, by the way. That's basically her only word. Although I think she said cat the other day and she won't say it again. So, we're going to put that. I don't know if that goes into her. Right now there's one word. It's dad, and that's it. But pretty proud of that. I've been training her since birth to say that. And now we're training wise. We're also moving on to mama because I do feel bad. But right now she's just saying dad. And anyway, so yeah, it's going to be 9:30 by the time I finish the show. It's going to be probably 11 o'clock, but before I get the thing produced and out there on YouTube. And really starting my day at 11 o'clock, that's too late. It's too late. It's not productive. So what I'm saying is prioritization, get to bed early when you have to get to bed early. You know, I can get my workouts done today and get to bed by, 9:30 if I really want. I just have to do it. I have to do it. And that way I can get up early tomorrow and that can be a productive day. So I'm battling that sleep monster, that part of me that wants to waste time instead of do work. So got to get my stuff in order. My priority's straight. And for the next 48 days, my priority is that redemption race. So that's what, that's what it's going to be about. That's what it's going to be about. And I hope it's going to bring on changes. Maybe I'll lose another, 5 to 10 pounds before race day. That would be nice. And that's going to come focus on diet, focus on training. It's got to be pretty linear thinking for me over these next 48 days. Everything has to be about this race. Obviously, priorities include family. That's first. Family and health and stuff like that's first. But a very close second is being ready when I get on that starting line for Lake Placid to get through that race. I'm trying to envision that day. I've been doing that every once in a while. I am trying to envision the day, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, taking in my breakfast, my nutrition. How is that going to work? I'm trying to mimic that when I go out on bike rides. So that I'm in exactly that same point in my digestion in the day when I start, exerting myself, whether it be swim or bike or run for that matter. Practicing your nutrition on your long runs and your long bike. I was out on the bike and I'm eating Cliff Bars because I think they're on the course, but I have to verify that. I'm not even sure what's on the course this year. But I want to try to use the course nutrition as much as possible. Just one less thing to think about. If you can use the course nutrition, it's one less thing to think about what you got to bring, what you got to put in your bags, and I'm just starting to think about that now. It's a month and a half in advance. And I think that one of the things from last year is I never had that. I was going into that race knowing I hadn't trained well, almost not even starting it, almost deciding not even to start. And I had no vision of how the day was going to go. It was just put on the wetsuit, get in the water, and let's see how far we can go. And obviously I didn't finish. But I think that the lack of visualizing finishing and visualizing how that day goes and just kind of waking up at 4 a.m. and showing up doesn't work that way. Not if you want to be prepared. So all that stuff, it's all that's starting to get into motion. 7 more weeks of focus. We're going to get that thing done. So I'm going to end it here. I think I've been kind of yammering a little bit, just chugging along. But I'm telling you, there's something about this morning, even though I woke up a little bit late, something about this morning, things feel a little bit different, a little bit more serious. And I think you're going to see it next coming days, next coming weeks, that just got to get that focus. This race has to get done. It has to be done. And we're going to do it. So with that, remember, every day is an ordinary day. It takes you to make it extraordinary. So get after it today, guys. Have a good week.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.